What kind of clubs did you have at your school?
So there's either culture clubs or sports clubs. So culture clubs, what did we have? We had a biology club, we had cooking club, we had a bunch. We had like band, some other clubs that I can't recall. A manga club, which was like a club for people that just want to draw manga, and they met maybe like 3 times a week. And then there were sports clubs, which met every day, and depending on the sport, Saturday in the morning. Kendo was one of them. That's what I did. So they had kendo club, they had judo club, and karate club at my school, or like Japanese martial arts. And then of course they had like rugby and tennis. Baseball was like super intense. Like baseball club practice way too much, I'm just saying. Soccer, like the sports you would assume to have. And in Japan, it's really weird. Like they'll play soccer, like it's not like seasonal sports. You'll be in the soccer club and you'll have to be out there playing soccer like in the middle of winter for like 2 hours in like your soccer uniform.
Were there any like drama clubs or theater type of things, or?
My school actually didn't have a theater club, which honestly surprised me because I feel like at my school here, the only club that's not a sports club that actually is like active at any degree is the theater club. It's actually surprised they didn't have a theater club. I'm assuming that most schools in Japan probably do have theater clubs, but my school did not.
If you were to join a club, like how much time did you take in a week to like participate in that club?
So like culture clubs, it's probably only like a 5-hour week commitment, where like 3 times a week after school you'd go to the club and do whatever. The club I was in, the kendo club, was every day after school for an hour or two. So it's probably like 7 hours after school in a week, or like 6 or 7 hours after school in a week, and then 3 hours Saturday morning. So that's like 11 hours a week you would be doing kendo.
Did you have any tournaments?
I did. So as an exchange student, I couldn't actually, because I wasn't going to graduate from the school, I couldn't actually participate in most of the tournaments. There was one I could participate, and my group lost horrendously. So it was like a group tournament. There's the 3 most talented girls. There are only 6 girls in the club. 3 most talented was one group, and then the 3 that kind of sucked were another group. I was one of the 3 that kind of sucked. The girls that were actually good went on to like win like 3rd place in that tournament, and my group didn't win a single match. Like none of us won. Like all 3 of us either lost or tied. It was a good experience, even if we lost.
You weren't really able to participate in big tournaments, but you were in some?
Yeah, I wasn't able to participate in big tournaments, but I was able to participate. I don't know why I was able to participate in the one I was able to participate in. There was one that I could participate in. Yeah, even though I wasn't in tournaments, so I wasn't really like a team member, I still had to go and like, participate with the club. I actually got away with like skipping Saturday if there was something that my host family wanted to do, or like some like opportunity to like go and do something. I was okay, like they let me like skip, or if I needed to go do something after school for one of the other teachers, they would let me not go. And they were kind of more lax on me. In general, yeah, I had to participate and like practice as much as everyone else.
Did your school ever hold any festivals?
Bunkaset? Yeah, we did. So it was in September that they held the school festival. And I think they held the sports festival in September too. My class, what they did was like a making thing. So you would come and you would make either like a keychain, slime, or a balloon doll. And I did like art on the boards and stuff for that, which is fun. And then me and my friends would go around and we only did haunted houses that people had made. They loved going in with me because everyone else would be screaming and I would just be laughing like the entire time. I was hysterically laughing. It was like really fun. For food, only the 3rd years were allowed to like cook food to serve, and my homeroom teacher is really nice, and he bought me 2 food tickets. He bought me yakisoba and popcorn food tickets. And then the sports festival was held a few weeks later. I don't think our class won like anything. I'm honestly not quite sure what was even happening the entire time. I did jump rope. Actually, I think we did pretty well in jump rope. I think we did like 40, like all 5 of us like jumping. We did like 40 without messing up. But yeah, I think our class kind of sucked. I'm not quite sure what was happening. But the culture festival was fun.
So for sports day, do you have like any practicing classes beforehand? Because that's kind of what we did at our school before sports day, like a month before we started practicing every day for it. Did you have anything like that?
Yeah, we would practice like marching in PE class. So like for the few weeks before, like they would have us like practice like the march because we all needed to march in like perfect like synchronization. They have us practice marching for like 20 minutes. And we would have like, we were all called to like the gymnasium and we would just sit there practicing like marching for like hours after, like instead of having afternoon classes, we would practice marching. So we did that for a bit. And then in PE, after we practiced marching for a bit, we would practice whatever we were doing for the sports festival. So like either like if you were running, you would practice running, like jump rope would practice jump roping. Yeah.
Were you able to participate in all the sports that they had in the program or just like a few?
They would have you, everyone was assigned to a specific sport, and I was assigned to jump rope because I'm not good at sports.
So do they have any like school performances there at your school?
I guess they had in like April like a circus come to perform for us. I think that was it. They would have like school assemblies, but the only like real performance, or they would have like my host school had a sister school in New Zealand, and they had 4 of the students and the principal come over for a week, and so they had like an opening ceremony thing for them, and they had like the dance club perform. They had some Korean students come, like a Korean class come for a day as well, and they did like an opening ceremony for them where the dance club performed. But that was about it.
So no actual like everybody gets together and does a couple plays for the parents.
Yeah, no, none of that at all.
The only big things you have are the bunkasai and the undokai and just graduation.
Yes. When the Korean students came, I guess it was probably only the foreign language class, and then the kendo club did stuff with the Korean students. So there was like kind of that was like a whole day of just like entertaining the Korean students. Yeah, in general, it was only like sports, the bunkasai, which was 2 days, and then the sports festival, which was 1 day.
At your school, were you able to take any other foreign language other than English? Like at schools, local schools, I've heard that they have like Japanese classes or Spanish classes or German or Korean, but do they have anything like that at your school?
No, so they only had English. I actually think that's probably typical of Japanese high schools to only have English, especially ones where they don't let you choose your classes. There probably are Japanese high schools that exist that let you choose your classes, or like maybe more like high-end Japanese high schools might have, like a period built in where you take like an extra language and you have an option. My school did not.
That's all my questions. Thank you.
You asked such thoughtful questions, Jasmine. Thank you so much. Maddy, thank you so much for your time, and thank you for being such an amazing student and participating and giving your advice and expertise to other future students. So
yes, I think I know what to expect a bit more now.
Have a wonderful evening, afternoon, everyone, and thank you so much. Okay, bye.